Alright, I know you've seen the whole air down thing plenty of times, but it plays a big part of today's story. This isn't just for comfort on a washboard gravel road. Out here, it can mean the difference between getting stuck and, well, not getting stuck. We're hitting the dunes again, only the sand is much warmer, drier, and softer than last time. I'm taking the Forester down to 14 psi, and I think Aaron is going to try 16. Oh yeah, so that's Aaron and Sarah in that sweet little Crosstrek. You probably know them from Instagram as @PNWCrosstrek, and they've made a few appearances in my videos. They have some dunes and beach experience up at Sand Lake further north on the Oregon coast, and I have some dunes and beach experience from back in January when the kids and I explored the Oregon Dunes National Recreation Area just south of Florence, which is where we're at today. At the moment, we're kind of crisscrossing these flats, trying to find a route south. What was just a few puddles last time we were here is now an actual flowing river crossing the entire access to the dunes. It's pretty shallow, but we just want to find the optimal place to cross.
So I'm going to pause the video here for a moment. There's a few things I need to explain.
So I struggled a little bit trying to decide how to present this trip. My original plan was to just film some footage of us driving through the dunes, capture the beauty of the area, just make a nice little film about the dunes, and show some of the areas that we didn't get to last time. I think that would be doing you a disservice though if I didn't show you the way it actually went.
So this first dune that we need to cross is sort of forested and there's just narrow, curvy uphill trails. So we're not feeling super confident about going up this dune through these narrow, curvy trails and this soft sand. It's difficult to maintain momentum around these corners. So we're going to turn back and take a little road through the forest over to the beach. Use the beach as a road basically to get around that first dune obstacle and then cut back inland and explore the rest of the dunes.
one of the things I didn't take into consideration was the fact that on the Oregon coast, the level of the sand on the beach actually fluctuates with the seasons, and by quite a big amount. This time, the level of the sand was considerably lower than it was back in January when we went through. What that meant was the level of the beach was much lower relative to the height of that dune that we had to climb, compared to last time when we only had to climb that much. This time we had to climb that much.
So there's a little ways further up, there's the road that we took to get inside the last time we were here. So we can get back inside.
When we were out here in January, this was just a puddle at the end of this road before we got out onto the open dunes. There was some water there, but it was nothing to worry about. This time, there's an actual flowing stream, and we can't see the bottom of it.
Alright, take a look at this Cherokee that's about to go through. Those tires are way taller than mine. The whole rig is sitting much higher off the ground, and it's simply a bigger vehicle than my Forester too. Ooh, dang.
The problem here is that we can't backtrack. We can't go back to the beach. If we drop down onto the beach, all of the other access roads to get off the beach are much, much bigger and steeper than the one we already struggled to get up. So as we're standing here looking at this stream that we can't see the bottom of, a whole crew of Jeeps comes roaring over from across the dunes. One of the guy even has like a PA loudspeaker thing and says, "Hey, it's probably too deep for your Subarus," or something like that. And they all come, there must have been 6, 7 at least. And they all lined up across facing us on the other side of the water, apparently to watch us, fail or give up. But the guy in the green Cherokee that you just saw he was nice and he was supportive, and he said, "You know what, I'll wait here, you guys give it a try, and if you get stuck, I'll pull you out." And then his whole crew ended up driving back and forth through the creek in a bunch of different places so that we could see how deep it was, because in some places it was really deep, in other places it was less deep. That was actually really nice, and from watching them, Aaron saw a spot that he thought looked pretty promising, so we decided to give it a go.
Alright, finally we're able to explore further towards the southern end of the dunes. I'm realizing that there's just no way we can set out across the vast expanse of the tall, dry dunes towards the tree islands as I originally planned. But fortunately, there's also hard, damp sand as far as the eye can see. Of course, I still want to carefully try at least a little of the soft, dry stuff. This is our final challenge. We have to weave through another soft, dry, narrow area while maintaining momentum for one final climb. Alright, it's literally all downhill from here. Back onto the reassuring traction of pavement, it's time to air up and head home.